Let me see. It says I'm live. Woohoo! All right. Let's see. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Stacey Storino. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. The number one place for any entrepreneur who's doing their own content marketing, and y'all want to know how to have content marketing that converts. Because otherwise, if you're posting, even if you're posting every day on social media on behalf of your business, if it's not bringing you business conversions, who cares, right? So the business conversions we're always most worried about around here is growing our social following. Sure, more social proof, but you can't deposit followers in the bank and pay bills on them. But two, you want to grow your email list because all things being equal, you're going to sell 3 times as much to your emails list as you are through just a regular website and social media. To be fair, that might be about a quarter of, how you get your sales every month. So get an email service provider, start building an email list. And then, of course, the third most important conversion that every entrepreneur loves is sales. So welcome to day 11 of the 30-day social media growth challenge. And I want to say this for the benefit of anybody joining us live or on the replay who's new. This is not about like follow for follow, engagement pods, bots, and software. Because to be honest with you, all that's going to do maybe is get you more of a following that isn't going to buy from you. So who cares? If you're an entrepreneur, at the end of the day, it's about building up that email list and, yes, building up your sales. So this is all about steadily growing on social media, the brand-based community that you want to build that is all, or as much as possible, all or mostly your ideal customer, like qualified leads, people who once you build up enough know, like, and trust factor with them, when they're ready, willing, and able to, they're going to buy. So every day, if you're along for the whole ride on the 30-day challenge, you know that you're posting a piece of content every day for 30 days, and you're doing a 1-day look back once you're one day in at your analytics. So this way, you can start to see the data. You can see what pieces of content over time land with your ideal customers versus not, right? So, and you can start tweaking and iterating the content that you post every day for the rest of the 30 days and forever afterwards. And that should over time have more and more content land with your ideal customer more and more often. Everybody can always get it done, but you start feeling more confident and less like you're throwing spaghetti against the wall. Hey, Ruth, what's going on? She says, here with Bills on, #live. Yeah. So for every day for 30 days, I also do a training. It's about 5 minutes. And then I invite you to ask any questions that you have. And then when the video goes into replay, #live, #replay. It really helps me out. I get to see who's watching when. So that's important. Even if you don't have a question, otherwise, even if you're not officially part of the challenge, you just want all 30 days worth of trainings. Hey, Mike from Valley Smithy, what's going on? #live, he says. I did pin, it's in the show notes up top for each replay, and I pinned it on the live chat. Should be there on the chat replay too. The playlist. So if you missed any of the prior days, like around 5 minutes or so teaching, go catch up. It's all free coaching. Why not? It should help you to just do your content marketing and get more conversions from it anyway, even if you're not part of the challenge. So once this video goes into replay mode, #live, #replay, share with me any stats, anything that's going on. Then you go into our free content marketing for conversions Facebook group, and you will, it's free to join. There's 2 freebies that you can get once you're a member in there. It's in the files tab at the top of the group feed. But then also, if you're part of the challenge, the rules for the challenge are in there. So this way I don't take any time up here. Freebies in free Facebook group content. Hey, Denise, what's going on? Content marketing for conversions. Just in case you want more freebies, you want support, anything like that, Facebook group is in there. We're getting towards 600 people in there. All right. So, as many of you who've been with me since day one ish of this challenge know, it's kind of next to impossible to be posting on the daily on behalf of your business and not see growth. Growth in terms of your following. Yes, some of you are saying you're getting more email list opt ins. And yes, some of you are saying that you're getting sales. And if you're new or relatively new to me, don't believe me, go in the Facebook group, Content Marketing for Conversions. I have the daily posts up so people can comment, ask any questions, share any proofs in threads. So day 11's thread is already live in the group. And you can see people commenting, I'm already getting sales. People are already coming to my brick and mortar store online. People are citing to the fact that, this post, they're making reference. They're asking me questions in the DMs on Instagram and all of that. So the challenge works, okay? And you'll get better at doing the thing by doing the thing over time anyway. So if you have your free 30-day social media growth challenge playbook, take it out, get ready to take notes under today, day 11. We call it osmosis. And I'm going to let you know what osmosis is in a minute. If you don't have the free playbook, just go to, let's see, don't be a fake guru.com. You'll get another freebie. When you get the email delivering you that extra freebie, then you just hit reply on it and say, please send me the playbook and I'll do it. I'll do it the same day, easy enough. So every day got people asking for that playbook. So it's good. Will I do a challenge like this again? Yeah, I will. I'm not saying I'm going to do 2 30-day challenges back to back, but I will do another one. So it's not like too late anyway. So today's teaching is about osmosis, which AKA it's like thinking of yourself as a thought leader in the space you're currently in as an entrepreneur, so that you kind of like through osmosis and over time as you post, as you grow a community, maybe you do weekly lives, you do Q&As, you demo things, you do a quick teaching, whatever's appropriate for your business model. You're going to get that live stream community / replay community. You're going to get your social media posts community. Depending upon your business, you might want a Facebook group and or a Discord server. If you're listening to me and going, Discord server, what's that? Your ideal customer probably doesn't need a Discord server. But if you're millennial or younger, you're like, ooh, that might be applicable. But the thing is, through osmosis, I want you to feel like you are soaking up authority with other people who are also thought leaders in your space. With every live stream and replay you got out there, with every other type of content that you post, pictures, graphics, short form, long form video, whatever, blog posts, podcasts, whatever's applicable that your ideal customer really wants and needs from you. When you're delivering that, I want you to get more and more comfortable over time that you are standing in this space more and more often, one piece of content at a time. Hey, Lisa Garrett, what's going on? And that you feel more and more like you belong, even if it's over time by osmosis. You belong as a thought leader in the space that you want to occupy. You become a true brand leader to the brand-based community that you're building up over your platform or your platforms. Internally, over time, as you begin to think of yourself as a thought leader with every single piece of content, you're paving a longer and longer road into being a thought leader in your space. You're going to be less likely to suffer from imposter syndrome. And that was one of the teachings I did a couple days ago. So again, the replay is in the show notes down below, the replay list. So you'll see it in there. And in fact, the thumbnail that goes with it says imposter, with a big question mark. You're less likely over time to feel the threat of imposter syndrome or suffer from imposter syndrome. You are more and more over time feeling more comfortable in the role of business owner, brand leader. You will think of yourself more over time as a thought leader in your own space. And you're less likely to engage in whatever kind of business self-sabotage that you may be engaging in from time to time. Like, even now, let's say. And you will start to feel like you should believe your own hype, because let's face it, you went into business, no matter what it is, no matter what you're selling to anybody, no matter what problem you're helping them solve, no matter what desire you're helping them to satisfy, you went into business to help people. And you must believe in your own offerings, whether you're a coach, course creator, a products based business, whatever. I like to say very often, you're not peddling trash, right? What's the shame when you're engaging in marketing and sales behavior in a global sense? I often do say you have a bit of a moral obligation to make the world a better place, you know, one satisfied customer at a time, right? However, you're bringing them satisfaction. So you really need to, through osmosis, start soaking in the space that you're trying to have a successful business in more, not less. And so, those of you who've been keeping up with, even if it's imperfectly, you've been keeping up with the challenge so far. You're getting like practically bored about publishing content. You're starting to feel more confident about looking at your analytics and even understanding where they are, what they mean, and then saying, how is the like the last 24 hours look back? And maybe now that we're more than a week into the challenge, I'm looking back at all my analytics since day one of this. What patterns are popping out in sharp base relief to me? What patterns can I pick up on so that I'm doing this type of content more and this type of content less? Or maybe I still need to kind of A B split test on this stuff, because sometimes you just get it done, but the next time the audience picks up and runs with the same type of content. So don't be too quick in your snap judgments, but you are gaining at this point. We're on day 11 of the challenge while I'm live. At this point, you should be 10, 11 days into posting on the daily. You've got 10, 11 days of data to help guide you. So your content should over time, perform even better. And for those of you that are already getting sales and or getting people on your email list, not surprised. I've been a coach for 10 years in the content marketing for conversion space. And in total, I've been an entrepreneur for 25 years. So I've been walking a lot of my own talk for years before I even taught it. So internally, you will buy your own hype more when you are committed to, through osmosis, standing in and staying in as a thought leader within a particular space. And then externally, people will, one piece of content at a time, see that you have an active brand presence on at least the top two social media platforms that are most important for your niche. How much of a brand leader does anybody think you are, and or how active do you think someone from the outside looking in thinks of your business when they go and they find you through a piece of content on, for example, Facebook, and they go to your Facebook page and you're not even posting every day? Same thing with a group. The group doesn't have group activity every day. That's not going to make them know, like, and trust you and your brand so much. So that's why it's important to try to have a regular posting schedule, even outside of this challenge. If you can stick to a post a day, great. And a lot of you are like, it's so much easier now than it was when I started. I'm just better at doing the thing by doing the thing already. And maybe, especially if you've got a presence on Facebook and Instagram, you've got your Meta Business Suite together, which is free. And you can schedule out a bunch of like picture and graphic image posts out to forever if you want to. If you're doing Facebook and Instagram Reels, you can only schedule those out like, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes in advance, which is kind of a bummer. I'm hoping they'll fix that. But other types of videos that you post, you can tend to schedule those out pretty well too. So I want you to think of yourself more of a brand leader. And with every piece of content you post, you're strengthening your presence in your space. So if you're a coach, course creator, that might be easy for you. You're like, oh, well, I can imagine being a brand leader in my space. But like, what if you're a jewelry business or products-based business in general, whether it's digital, tangible, whatever? You can still be a thought leader in your space very, very easily by panning backwards and saying, what's the problem that somebody comes to my business to buy my offerings to go solve? And or what's the desire that they're looking to satisfy by making a purchase? and you talk shop about that, the problem, the desire, right? So Valley Smithy, let me read Mike's comment, and then I'll even use him as an example if he doesn't mind. So Mike says Discord is cool to create the personal connections with your followers. I am part of a cow Discord and I love it. But that doesn't surprise me. But then again, Mike, I'm going to guess you're like a millennial and younger. If you're Gen X and you're like, what the hell is Discord? Don't worry about it. If your ideal customer is Gen X on up, I'd rather you focus on like at least getting one piece of content onto the top two social media platforms for your niche and getting in a regular rhythm of that. You can go look at Discord later and decide if that's for you or not for you. And I think for quite a few people, it will be, especially if your ideal customer is millennial and younger. If it's Gen X and older, I would do research and I would definitely see, because let me tell you, Gen X in a lot of ways behaves like millennials in terms of their content consumption. Um, oh, Mike says, I'm 42 years old. They had to teach me. But if you're like Discord server, Facebook group might be appropriate for a lot of people, right? But Discord might be too. But I don't want to get off on a Discord tangent, but it's worth knowing, if you have a much younger audience and they eschew Facebook and go blah, Discord servers for the much younger can take the place of Facebook groups. I know my son is Gen Z and he's just like, dude, I wouldn't have a Facebook account, but they kind of forced us to through the Oculus, because he's the virtual reality. Anyway, if you're in our Funnel Dynasty group, which is my big offering, we've got one-on group coaching each week. It comes with a 7-module course to teach you the basics of going from branding an ideal customer to the 5 rings of content marketing in deep dive, and how that helps you with your marketing and sales plan moving forward. So that, yes, your content marketing converts, and it has 24 bonuses in it. Whatever stumbling block you have, there's a bonus to help you transcend that. So then you know what I talk about when it comes to establishing yourself as a thought leader in your space. I don't have the time to get into all that here, but we talk about it specifically and systematically. And we even have our audience aimbot technique, which I'm really proud of. So if you want more information about Funnel Dynasty, you would just go to funneldynasty.com, all one word, and check it out. Okay, so action steps for today are kind of more simple. I want you guys to really get comfortable with the concept that you are a thought leader in your space. Let me use Mike as an example. So Mike, he does have a smithy, and then he does have a farm, and he will sell fruits and vegetables to people. Can he ship them? Yes. Can they come to him? Yes. He can become a thought leader in the space of, the benefits of eating organic, produce, right? The benefits of a plant-based diet, he could talk about that, where that's the pain point that people would go to. And he can create content that educates, entertains, and inspires, publish a piece of that a day, be present on the top 2 social media platforms for his niche, and over time establish himself and his business accounts as like resources that are just stocked, love you honey, with all sorts of content as a resource, a treasure trove. Of course people are going to look at him, his brand, as like a really great source of information. The know, like, and trust factor can go through the roof. They're going to believe him when he speaks on the subject. Why? Because he's growing it all himself. He's got the cows, he's got the produce, he's got his smithy, he's got the whole thing going, right? So he can really get people comfortable with someone whose hands are literally in the dirt about this. They might believe him more than just some influencer that kind of talks about it, right? Because he's living it. So Mike can very easily establish himself as a thought leader in his space through osmosis. He gets to soak in and really own that space, along with people that are much bigger than him and much smaller than him and everything in between. So action step one is kind of like getting over whatever mental stumbling block you have about being a brand leader or a thought leader in the space. Because if you don't, then I have to ask you, why are you in business if you're ashamed of yourself? If you're not ashamed of your offerings, why are you ashamed of promoting them, right? Any sort of like self-sabotage approach avoidance thing you have is stemming from your desire. Oh well, I should say is stemming towards your sense of like somehow coming up short and being less than or not worthy, but you're going to be blocking your blessings if you don't feel comfortable one day at a time, one piece of content at a time, establishing yourself, your business, and its offerings is what your people really want and or need. You're just trying to help people get out of pain and into pleasure. And again, you're not peddling trash and you're just using the gifts that God or the universe gave you. What could be wrong with that? So make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. Click the bell notification and select all so that you can get notifications when we go live on this channel, which right now through the end of February will be daily. It's going to be, oh, here's a new video that I just put up that's a longer form piece of content. It's called Simple Tips to Attract Sales Leads Like a Magnet with Content Marketing. So if you missed that, make sure you get it. It just went up this morning. I put 1 to 2 longer form pieces of content on this channel every week. And then we do like 1, 2, 3 shorts a day on the channel. And then the next step is when this goes into replay mode, please comment and let me know how you're doing on the challenge, anything like that. Hashtag live, hashtag replay. Join the Content Marketing for Conversions Facebook group so that you can see any tips and tricks or anything like that in general. You want information about the prizes that are for this challenge, anything like that. And then if you're in the challenge actively, find the day 11 graphic. And in the comments thread, you post screenshots of your analytics to prove whatever kind of social media gains you've been getting. And again, you can go to don'tbeafakeguru.com to get a freebie. And if you want a 30-day social media growth challenge playbook for free, just hit reply on the deliverability email, say, send me the playbook, and I will do that. If you have any questions, you need any help or support, again, go into the Content Marketing for Conversions Facebook group, and I will see you here tomorrow for day 12 of the challenge.